Chapter 5. The Unrest of the Dead. The Dragomir Manor no longer slept. Every night the corridors filled with the same sound, tiny footsteps, like those of a child running. But none of the servants dared to leave their rooms, none except Sorina. She knew the truth the Boyers refused to admit. The spirit wandering the manor was not a curse, not a demon, not madness from the arsenic. It was her son, the little boy who had vanished. The boy the Dragomirs took because Iancu refused to give up their land. The boy they hid in their cellar and let die in the dark. Sorina found his presence everywhere now. A toy horse rocking alone. A whisper of "Mama" in the stairwell. A tiny handprint on the dusty mirror. And every night Boyar Dragomir woke up screaming, claiming the child was standing at the foot of his bed. The servants begged Sorina to leave, but she stayed. Her revenge wasn't finished. One evening, while washing the floor in the grand hall, Sorina heard the creak of the cellar door. The air turned cold. The candle in her hand flickered violently. Then she heard it, a soft cry. Not from this world, not anymore. Sorina. But it wasn't her son's voice. It was a woman, a servant, who whispered the truth on the night Sorina's life was destroyed. The only person who tried to warn her back then. And now, her ghost stood at the bottom of the stairs, half faded, as if she were made of smoke. "They killed him," the spirit rasped. "They fed him to the dark, and they buried him under the apple tree." The scream Sorina released that night shook even the ghosts. The Dragomir's crime was far worse than she imagined. Her revenge had only begun. Chapter 6. The Night of Reckoning. Final chapter. The night the Dragomirs died was not spoken of in the village for decades. Only one thing was known. No candle stayed lit in the entire manor. Thunder tore across the sky as Sorina walked into the dining hall. The family was gathered, shivering, sweating, half mad from arsenic poisoning and fear. Boyar Dragomir's hands shook violently. You brought something into this house," he shouted. "A curse, a demon." Sorina smiled softly. "I brought nothing," she whispered. "You invited justice yourselves." The windows slammed shut, the candles extinguished. Darkness swallowed them whole. Then came the sound. Small footsteps walking slowly toward the table. The Dragomirs screamed. One tried to flee, but the doors wouldn't budge. A child's shape appeared in the dark, two pale eyes glowing like embers. A soft voice. "Why did you leave me there?" Sorina fell to her knees, tears flooding her face. "Forgive me, my love. I didn't know." The boy looked at her, not with anger, but with sadness so deep it froze the room. Then he turned to the Dragomirs, and the manor erupted in chaos. Chairs flew across the room, portraits split in half. The walls groaned like a living beast. The Dragomirs clung to each other, shrieking as the very shadows wrapped around them. One by one, they confessed every crime. The forged documents, the stolen land, the beatings, the kidnapping, the murder. The spirits forced the truth from their mouths. By dawn, the Dragomir family lay still, paralyzed, eyes wide, blackened veins crawling across their skin. Justice had finished its meal. Sorina walked outside as the sun rose. The wind brushed her hair gently, warm and soft, as if a tiny hand touched her one last time. "Goodbye, Mama." The voice faded with the morning light, and Sorina finally let herself breathe. The widow, the mother, the avenger. Her story became a whisper, a legend told around fires, the gypsy who made the dead speak. And thus ended the curse of the Dragomir Estate, forever.